I will be presenting on the Starbucks Corporation, specifically I'll be going over their competitive analysis and competitive position. First, I'd like to start with one of their major competitors, McDonald's. McDonald's was founded by Richard and Maurice McDonald in 1940, but didn't achieve national growth until Ray Kroc, a businessman from Des Plaines, Illinois, bought the franchise from the McDonald brothers in 1955. With 700 restaurants in 1965, McDonald's decided to go public with an offering on the stock exchange. Shares started at $22 and subsequently rose to more than $30. Since then, McDonald's has grown into one of the most recognizable companies worldwide. They offer a variety of different fast food options and have recently started marketing their premium coffees. McDonald's is most definitely one of Starbucks' top competitors. Its sheer size, with more than 34,000 stores worldwide, makes it a worthy adversary to the Starbucks franchise. Not to mention the fact that McDonald's continues to expand its product portfolio by offering high-quality coffee and healthy drinks for its enormous customer base. McDonald's specializes in offering more convenient, lower-cost alternatives for their coffee, latte, and frappuccino drinkers. These new products have become of great concern to Starbucks, especially during the tough economic times of 2008 and 2009. Consumers with less discretionary income have turned to some of these lower-cost alternatives to purchase their coffee and non-coffee drinks. In recent years, McDonald's has aggressively marketed its McCafe lines of coffee drinks, while simultaneously continuing expansion of its non-coffee lines, such as frappuccinos and smoothies. The McCafe was globally introduced in 2001 in an attempt for McDonald's to directly compete with Starbucks by offering a high-quality coffee at a lower price. One of the advantages that McDonald's has is its network of stores throughout the world. There are over 34,000, and almost 70% of them offer the McCafe. This network makes it easier to introduce their coffee beverage lines and compete with Starbucks directly. McDonald's is already known for having some of the best real estate locations and one of the best logistics teams. Combine that with an average of 69 million customers per day, and you can see how they're able to simplify the introduction of the McCafe and gain customers from Starbucks, especially those that are price sensitive. Although the economy has become more stable, some consumers are still seeking the lower cost, more convenient alternatives offered by McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts is an international coffee house and donut company. It was founded by William Rosenberg in 1950. The first store was opened in Quincy, Massachusetts. After 5 years of operation, the company began franchising. Now the coffee house chain operates in 52 different countries and has over 15,000 stores worldwide. The company went public in July of 2011 with an IPO of 22,250,000 shares that were sold at $19 per share. Currently, Dunkin' Donuts is one of Starbucks' major competitors, both domestically and internationally. At the beginning of 2013, there were more than 15,000 Dunkin' Donuts stores worldwide. Like McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts has traditionally offered its coffees and non-coffees at lower cost and more convenience relative to Starbucks. However, Dunkin' Donuts is beginning to model its stores after Starbucks by including more earth tones, fireplaces, flat-screen TVs, and jazz music in some of their new locations. They're doing so in hopes of luring diners from fancier cafes and restaurants, attracting more of an afternoon crowd, and capturing some of the unique atmosphere that has allowed Starbucks to command a premium price for its products. Compared with the Starbucks 50% of sales occurring after 11 a.m., Dunkin' Donuts are only capable of generating 40% of their sales after 11 a.m. Like Starbucks, almost one-third of Dunkin' Donuts locations are operated internationally. With over 3,000 stores, their international presence generates a significant amount of their revenues. Dunkin' Donuts, much like Starbucks' focus, is on expanding further into China and the Middle East. Within the next few years, they're going to double the amount of stores in the Middle East to 1,500. Just a few hundred short of what Starbucks is currently operating. Dunkin' Donuts has been able to offer significant competition to Starbucks in some international markets, but not all, and certainly not in China, where they're outnumbered by almost 3,000 stores. Although Dunkin' Donuts has about half of the international presence of Starbucks, we must not forget that Dunkin' Donuts, because of its franchising, is capable of rapid expansion. Now, Caribou Coffee is the second largest specialty coffee retailer in the United States. They began in Minnesota and were founded by John Puckett, a management consultant from Boston. Caribou Coffee has recently been acquired by a German holding company and taken private. Caribou Coffee specializes in providing its customers with a unique environment to enjoy their premium coffee. As of September 2012, the company has over 600 coffee houses, 500 domestically and 100 internationally. Caribou Coffee, unlike McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts, began as and still is a premium coffee shop. Caribou Coffee is the second largest company-owned premium coffee operator in the United States behind Starbucks. On average, Caribou Coffee has a mean coffee price of $3.39, while Starbucks' mean coffee prices are $3.13. Caribou Coffee challenges Starbucks in a way that it attracts young adults, with 32% between the ages of 18 and 34 coming from online and social media, compared to the 42% that Starbucks attracts. Although Caribou Coffee only has 500 stores domestically and a little over 100 international locations, it still represents a potential threat to Starbucks. Just within the past few years alone, Caribou Coffee has begun expanding in the Middle East. Presently, they have over 100 locations that are exploring the possibility of expanding, much like its competitors have, into China. With only 600 locations respectively, you wouldn't think that Caribou Coffee would present much of a threat, but at the same time, you must be cautious of the fact that things can drastically change when you figure in expansion. Starbucks must continue to keep a watchful eye on Caribou Coffee's expansion efforts, both internationally and domestically. Now on to their last competitor. Nestle is a Swiss international food and beverage company headquartered in Vevey, Switzerland. Nestle was formed in 1905 by the merger of the Anglo-Swiss Milk Company, founded in 1866 by George Page and Charles Page, and Farine Lactate Henry Nestle, founded in 1866 by Henry Nestle. Nestle went public on the Swiss Stock Exchange on March 17th of 1873. Since then, Nestle has become the largest food company in terms of revenues and is a major competitor to Starbucks in the instant coffee segment. Nestle has many products, including baby food, ice cream, bottled water, snacks, and coffee. Nestle has been providing packaged quality coffee for many years, and its expertise and knowledge of the business far exceeds Starbucks. Nestle dominates the instant coffee market, especially in Europe and Asia. As Starbucks introduced powered via instant coffee and released its own brew, the Verismo, it faced the big challenge from Nestle's products. As the coffee market is saturated in developed countries, Starbucks needs to capture the market shares from Nestle in Asian markets such as China and Japan if it wants to keep a high growth rate. Nestle and Starbucks both have a strong international presence in China. However, Nestle has achieved an advantage by becoming the first multinational to establish a coffee processing plant there. Nestle Nescafe is considered the favorite in the coffee industry segment in China. Nestle has made plans to expand through buying local businesses in China and adapting its own portfolio of products to suit their needs. For example, since many Chinese find coffee too bitter for their liking, Nestle is working on a new formula to offer a smooth latte, a coffee drink that tastes like melted ice cream. Excluding the instant coffee market, Starbucks has the more dominant presence in the coffee industry in China. They currently own and operate over 1,500 stores, making China their second largest market internationally. Now on to the Starbucks competitive position. Starbucks is the largest coffee house company in the world with more than 20,000 stores in 62 countries, and 13,000 of them are operated here in the United States. They were the first to transform the coffee industry by marketing high-priced, high-quality coffee, as well as marketing itself as a third place between home and work for people to come and relax and enjoy their Starbucks offerings. On average, Starbucks products are priced above that of McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts, but are priced on average less than Caribou Coffee's products. Unlike its competition that primarily uses TV ads, Starbucks has relied heavily on word of mouth and social media advertising. They've successfully been able to maintain over 20 million customers daily while spending less than 1% of its annual revenues on advertising. Facebook alone generates almost 4% of Starbucks traffic to their website. Starbucks executives believe that creating an exceptional, unique, and in-store experience would be more advantageous than TV ads. In order to create a unique customer experience, most Starbucks stores offer Wi-Fi access through AT&T, free electricity for laptops, and often have reading and game shelves in hopes of getting customers to relax and hang out for a while. Also, to make sure customers are more comfortable, most Starbucks stores have a mix of sofas and upholstered chairs. The Starbucks brand is synonymous with quality and still remains at the upper echelon of the coffee market, competing on comfort rather than convenience, like its closest competitors, McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts. Starbucks is the only coffee brand listed in the top 100 most recognizable brands in the world, and was also top 100 companies to work for in 2013. In December of 2012, Starbucks announced plans to open 3,000 new outlets, 1,500 of them in the U.S. and 1,500 in China. More recently, Starbucks began placing ads in upscale magazines such as Vogue, New York, In Style, and The New Yorker. The past 3 years, they've maintained an average of 7.3% sales growth. Thank you, and that concludes my presentation.